1 year and 7 months. That's how long the legendary roster of Walshy, Saiyan, and the Ogre Twins dominated competitive Halo. They attended 15 major 4v4 events during that time and won 14 of them. MLG Orlando 2006. Enter the Carbon squad of Gandhi, Karma, Shockwave, and fresh pickup Gostayame. After finishing in the top 3 for the previous 4 events, the team was looking to finally prove they had what it takes to take down the best team Halo had ever seen. This is the story of that legendary event and how the longest winning streak in Halo was ended by a team that had yet to play an event together. This is the story of Carbon dethroning Final Boss. Throughout Halo CE, the Ogre Twins were the duo to beat. After seeing success in every form of competition, FFA, 2v2, or 4v4, it didn't matter. The Ogre Twins were a pair to be feared. At the tail end of 2004, the Twins picked up another duo after being beaten by them in the Grand Finals at 2 straight events. Those players were Walshy and Killer N. After winning every remaining CE 4v4 event they attended, the team parted ways with Killer N at the start of Halo 2 in favor of the Twins' former teammate Saiyan. It's this group that would go on to show a level of dominance seldom seen in esports. They started Halo 2's competitive cycle by winning the first 6 events. The run ended at MLG Philly 2005, where T-Squared and Zyos' Straight Rippin' team was able to take them down in the finals. Yes! Not content with just winning 6 majors in a row, at the next event the group started their legendary run that can only be referred to as the Streak. They won 8 straight major titles between October of 2005 and July of 2006. It was during the latter half of the streak that the team landed on a name that would become synonymous with competitive Halo: Final Boss. Nothing lasts forever though, and while Final Boss were enjoying their reign atop the Halo world, there was a group making some noise in the background. With every competitive game that's released, a new generation of talent comes alongside of it. Halo 2 was no different. After bouncing around with various teams at the start of Halo 2, 2 CE vets in Shockwave and Karma paired up with a couple of young guns in Strongside and Gandhi. Nowadays, we use Strongsiding and Gandhi hopping colloquially to refer to certain actions done in-game. However, Gandhi also has the distinction of being one of, if not the, greatest trash talkers in Halo's history.
Aren't you guys supposed to 3-0 us? Look at me! T2, look at me, please. T2, Tom, look at me. Don't look around, look at me.
The squad that would later go on to be known as Carbon saw some immediate success. After a 4th place result in their first event together, the team saw a pair of grand finals and a trio of top 3 finishes over the following handful of events. But coming so close so often with no title to show for it wore on the group, and after MLG Chicago in July of 2006, the team dropped Strongside.
We felt as a team that we needed to drop Strongside because he wasn't performing up to par.
His replacement would be another Halo 2 talent, someone who at the time had yet to place higher than 4th at an event. The group clearly knew what they were doing though, as the pickup of Gostayame would pay dividends. So that's where both teams stood headed into MLG Orlando 2006, a Final Boss squad that was looking to extend their unprecedented win streak to 9 in a row, and the Carbon squad that was hungry, trying to do everything in their power to prove they had what it took to win. At the event, both teams cruised right through to the winners finals, each only dropping 1 map apiece, including Carbon 3-0ing Straight Rippin' along the way. When the 2 teams finally met, everyone knew it would be a great series. The top 2 seeds at an event battling it out is always an intense matchup. Carbon would come out on top of the match 3-1, knocking Final Boss to the losers bracket and securing their spot in the grand finals.
They've never been beaten. Right now, we just beat them for the first time. It's in the losers bracket. I'm so psyched. I can't even explain how happy I am right now.
Determined not to let their streak end without a fight, Final Boss got ready for a fight in the losers finals against Straight Rippin'. After a tight Game 1 CTF, the legendary squad kicked it into high gear. They staked Straight Rippin' in Game 2 Slayer and doubled their score in Game 3 Oddball. With their composure regained from such a convincing victory, Final Boss was ready to take on Carbon once again. Before we get there though, there's something that needs to be explained. You see, back in the day, tournament organizers commonly use continuation series for the grand finals of a double elimination event instead of starting everything from scratch like what happens now. What that means is that the teams had to win the total number of games it would take to win both the previous series they played as well as the finals, and the score from the previous series carried over. Since both series were best of 5s, the magic number to win was 6, and since Carbon won 3-1 earlier, they started with a 3-1 lead in the race to 6 wins. Now, it was finally time for the two Titans to duke it out. Game 1 was Beaver Creek, Team Slayer. Carbon pulled out a solid first map win with a score of 50-38, opening up their series lead to 4-1. Not once to roll over, Final Boss came storming back, taking the next 3 maps in a row: a 5-3 midship CTF, a 50-38 Warlock Slayer, and a lockout oddball map where they won by over a minute. With the series now tied up at 4, the teams were down to a best of 3 for the championship. The next map was a tight game of Beaver Creek CTF. Carbon came out on top in the defense-heavy battle, with Karma capturing the only flag of the game. Next up was Midship Team Slayer. It was do or die time for Final Boss, as Carbon was now 1 map away from ending their record-setting streak. The teams were neck and neck halfway through the map, only separated by a pair of kills. But then Carbon kicked it into high gear. Slowly but surely, the rest of the map, they kept increasing their lead and finally made history.
And they just got to hunt down one Final Boss, and I guarantee you they will swarm for that kill. They're coming out of Pink Tower. Saiyan in the middle, wide open. Yeah! He's done! Wow. Team Carbon just pulled up the ultimate upset right there. That is Final Boss, a team that is not supposed to lose going down. Wow, that's just amazing gameplay, amazing coaching. 50-41. For the first time, we got another team on top of the podium, and it's Carbon. Look at the stats.
With 9 minutes and 12 seconds on the clock, Gandhi secured the 50th kill and the tournament for Carbon. With that, the streak was over. The run that still stands today as the record for most major LAN wins in a row was ended. They say all good things must come to an end, and this was certainly a crazy ending. A legendary team whose name is immediately recognized by any competitive Halo fan to this day, dethroned by a group of players who had yet to play a major event with their 4th. That wasn't it for either team though, as they would be consistently battling each other over the next year. All that remains is to wait and see if someone else can topple the famous streak, and if so, who will be the ones to put an end to it. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Iconic Halo Moments. A big shout out to Trespass, who actually wrote this entire episode and did an amazing job doing it. Follow him, his socials are down below. He does awesome things for the Halo community and definitely deserves it. Also, a big shout out to Xander, who edited this video. Check out his socials down below as well. He does awesome Halo 3 montages, some other montages as well. He's such a big staple to this community as well, so he definitely deserves all the support he can get. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.